Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning into the Pet Expo YouTube channel. This is Barry, and we got some really cool reptiles and amphibians in today. What you're looking at right now are two Jackson chameleons. These guys like to be kept singly at best in a little bit cooler temperatures, about 80 to 85. So a little cooler than your veiled chameleons. You can see that both of them have horns, so these guys are both males. Males will have the horns, females will not. They are great animals for display only. We do not recommend holding your chameleons. And also, they drink moving water, so make sure that you have either a waterfall or a misting machine, or be able to mist them multiple times per day. And also with crickets, just feed what they can eat per day. You don't want to throw too many crickets in there, because the crickets can turn around and chew on your reptile. So anywhere from 6 to 8 per day for these animals. And if they start getting chewed on, they will stress out, usually turning a darker color when they are stressed. The next ones that we have are our red hypo beardies. These guys, some of them are getting ready to shed. You can see that guy's actually peeling right in the middle there. But these are probably one of the best pets that we recommend for any and all ages. About a 40-gallon tank for these guys. They do also drink moving water, so you can have a misting machine as long as it's set low. Otherwise, misting them multiple times per day. And they eat anything for bugs, including cockroaches, crickets, mealworms, waxworms, and superworms when they get a little bit larger. And then you can give them a treat of a pinky mouse when they get much larger than this. They'll get anywhere from 24 to 30 inches when they are full grown, and they handle very, very well and are very acclimated to human interaction. Wonderful pet, once again, for any age of kid, because they are quite cuddly little animals. Now for vegetables and fruits, not going to eat as much of that when they're juveniles, but once they get older, it will kind of flip over to that's most of their diet. And want to keep those guys anywhere from 90 to 95 upwards into the hundreds in their warm basking area. The next one that we're going to look at, one of our very fun frogs. This is an African pixie frog, or an African bullfrog. This guy, when he's full grown, is one of the largest frogs in the world. They can get upwards of 10 pounds, but usually averaging somewhere between 5 to 7 pounds when they're full grown. These guys are huge eaters and will eat pretty much anything that's about half their body size that fits down their mouth, including small mice and rats at a low amount. Otherwise, earthworms, crickets, cockroaches, mealworms, waxworms, and superworms are a great part of their diet. Now these guys, since they are amphibians, want to keep them very, very moist. So keeping either hydro balls under moss, or keeping them in a moss and keeping that moss very wet. Also, because they are an African species, try to keep them between 80 and 85 degrees. Best use a heat mat to try to keep the humidity in the environment. The next one that we will look at is another amphibian species. These guys are our green arus poison dart frogs. Now these guys are not poisonous once they're in captivity. They eat a specialized ant in the wild. Usually you want to keep these guys between 75 and 78 degrees in a very humid environment. Also, our dart frogs make great pets for display only. We don't recommend handling either or any of our amphibians, just because the pores on their skin. Very active frogs, as you can see, so very good for watching. These guys at the size right now will be eating small crickets with little to no problem, and then probably anywhere from 4 to 6 per day for small crickets. The next ones are going to be much, much smaller. We're going to cover up our poison darts to show you these guys. These are our golden mantellas. Now as they age, they're going to get much more color. That bright orange on the back of their legs will cover the complete part of their body. Now these guys at full size are going to be about the same size as your poison darts, kept the same way, same temperature, but should not be mixed, just because of the aggression of most of your dendrobites or poison dart frogs. At the size that they are right now, I'll put my finger out there so you can kind of see the size difference. About the size of my fingernail right now. So fruit flies is what we would recommend for these. Otherwise, week-old or pinhead crickets, and then you can slowly move up as they get larger. Also a very active frog, kept once again pretty much the same way as your poison darts. If you have any questions at all on the reptiles that came in today, or looking for something special, please give us a call at 507-625-2505. This is Barry from the Pet Expo YouTube channel in Mankato, Minnesota.